I think naturalizations or the green card and all that things got a little issue over here, okay? You want to listen to this, do not skip it because you will never find a video like this. Like and subscribe, look at me. Oh my goodness me. Okay, watch this. Okay, I think the naturalization or the citizenship, you know about the green card and all that stuff. Look, there's a lot of issues, but wait, it's not what you're thinking. I don't even know what to call it, but watch this. The country government, our country government, they're just gonna be like, yo, are you naturalization or are you a citizen or you're not a citizen? Do you have a work social security or no? It's like either yes or no, right? But listen, after citizen, then what? Okay, then what? And it's not even that. Wait for it. Look, I think naturalization in anywhere is just still not enough. Hear me out. Wait for it. Wait, this is very important. Listen to this. And I know a lot of you guys are actually struggling, but nobody's speaking up. So now I got to speak out about this. Watch this. The issue is that if you're by papers or Americanized or citizenship, now you know where I'm going with this. But what about being Americanized over here? You know, this is not good because the problem is that you can do all the papers you want. You can have all the money or not, right? And you own stuff on US as a US citizen, right? But then your head is still outdated back in the days. And I know a lot of presidents don't like that. But the thing is, in our country, we're being very, in US, basically, it's being very soft. And it's like, okay, fine. Look, this is the issue. Look, I'm just going to get into the point. The problem is that there's a lot of, in a day of age, you have to deal with people. And when you work with people, they're not Americanized, but you are, or you know what is the right thing on Western side or Eastern side, like, Eastern side, right? And here you go, you're dealing with somebody who you're working with because, or maybe you're friends with, and if that person is not naturalized, there's a lot of issue. In some country, whoever he's from or she's from, they don't even believe on taking showers. They don't even believe the place they came from. They don't even they're probably strictly into vegan. Fine, no problems. But I'm just giving an example. A lot of them don't even believe on hair combing. So they can't even have a messy hair like me. And they actually believe on it. They can always have a belief that, oh, I have to wear red color. I don't believe on any other. There's people like that, and they're all around us. Now, hear me out. Not only this, the problems is that they bring this thing at work. Okay? You can call them a green card holder or not, but the thing is that they bring their deep village lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with village. I love rural. I want to live like that. I'm a technical guy. I love to be, but the thing is that there's a lot of this village or like some other sort of belief. They bring that inside your office, inside your home, where in a time on an age, now you got to watch out where who's going to be your landlord. You have to actually really do a research on who's going to be your next landlord, who you should be under, and who you should be working under. It's very important because listen to this. You have Italian boss, he going to act certain way. If you go under a Middle Eastern boss, you might have a very sweet person, very great. There's some really great Middle Eastern boss out there, and Middle East is a large amount of people. You got Turkey, you got Iraq, Iran, Persian. There's a really some great like different cultures with different beliefs. Saudi, everybody. You have like Kurdish. You have so many. They have money over here in US. They got money. Some of them are naturalized in papers or not naturalized, but they got asset. They got money, right? And here you go. You're sending your daughter over there, and then either he's a good boss. If he's not a good boss, he have this very strong belief they're gonna really controlling type, and this is not Middle Eastern. It could be even an Indians too. It could be even a Chinese boss, a Korean boss. And let me tell you another thing. I want to tell you, you're gonna watch out what type of boss your daughter is gonna be working under. This is not naturalized. Or maybe that's not the word you're looking for. Help me out, because I'm a little too innocent. So comments below, like something, because the thing is, you gotta save this. You gotta stitch this video too. Is that if we all have a Americanized what is right here, what should be nice, and that's not fair, and that's fair, and that's not fair for her, that's not fair for him. If we have this whole Americanized style where then we will all be kind of like happy. You get what I mean? But then now, watch this. If you go after a Haitian boss, manager, he's a very sweet person, you know, or maybe a Jamaican boss, such a gentleman man. You see, he's a very great person. I'd rather work under him, but not under this group of categories, you know, because not only they're controlling, but they can really play a massive psychological role. And now watch this. This is what I want to tell you before I forget is that, look, think about it. When was the last time you had a bad job? You had a one guy, he was named either could be Jose, and then how many times that happened that you know that you gonna do only cash register. You only gonna do cash register. You had this clear communication because you got a high status. You're also a high status. You also have a high status family. You know how to. You're a talented person, man or woman, right? And here you go. You went to this job or restaurants. You're supposed to do only register or maybe a little bit of mild something, and then the Hispanic guy or some other dude gonna be like, "Hey, go clean the bathroom." Hey, you know where I'm going with this. That's it. You know where I'm going with this. You think he said that. Manager used him to tell this thing to you because managers does not have the balls to tell you that because you know you're going to mess with his license. Or not. Maybe the manager did not tell him. He's saying that. But that's his lifestyle. He love to do that thing. You get what I mean? So now you're going to have to fight back with this mini managers. How many times this happened? Then there's also example. One of the guy told me one time. You have an Italian boss. How many times this happened? Let me just get into the point about this. Who's opening with you tomorrow? Who's closing with you tonight? You ask that. You do care which boss, which supervisor are gonna be closing with you. Because when this guy, when Frank work, oh my God, Frank is a hectic. But when Jose work, oh my goodness, this guy gonna ask me for just that. Obviously, isn't it what personality, race, a little bit of aging and a little bit of naturalization, isn't it what all this comes like? I mean, that's a huge deal. And you know what? Nobody's talking about that. Now watch this. I made a similar video about this. Now the government's like, we don't want to get involved on all of this thing. You know, on the papers, they're saying, not the government, the employee gonna say, we don't do race, age, gender. On the paper say, hey, we don't judge, discriminate that. But they never follow that. They never follow that because I did a lot of tests. You know, they never follow that stuff. They put on the papers, but inside the building, there's a lot of proxies. You know, it's gonna be strictly going back to the DNA if you think about it. Okay, they don't follow any of that. They're just saying that just to, you know, make you come in over there. Okay, now another thing I wanted to tell you is that this manager shift is matter. When you work under XYZ, Jose, he gonna treat you different. Italian boss gonna treat you different another day. And Haitian boss or Jamaican boss gonna act you different. And if you work under Middle Eastern, it's gonna be different. So now you're gonna have to deal with where you're gonna work and what type of friends you're gonna have to also make too. It's very important. Now, another thing, the very important thing I forgot to say was this one. Wait, hang on. This is the most important thing I forgot to say. Now, the government's like, you know what? We don't want to get involved with this whole thing. We don't want to care about the worker rights so aggressively. They don't want to like enforce it or like regulate the whole thing. They were like, you know what? Just pay us the tax. That's it. That's all we care. But that's not okay for the employee side and employers and friendship side. They're just like, okay, you guys come to our country, give us the tax, pay for this thing. We need money. That's it. And business also do the same thing. Are we getting any profits? We don't care about your personal life. But to me and some of you, this is a matter. You know that. So this whole naturalization by papers, you know, it's not okay. And you want to save this. You gotta listen. You gotta vote for me if you want all of these things to be changed. Look, I think everybody have, because in other country they put a very strict enforce, and some of the country requires to learn their language to be their citizen. That still may not be enough because there's people coming in this country celebrating their own thing even more independently than in their own country. You know, fine, but you gotta give something to the U.S. You gotta treat the U.S. people with friendliness. I'm not saying to invite me to your house, but you gotta be friendly. We're welcoming, but they may not be welcoming to many things. And you can see that with your employee place. You can see what type of boss and also the friends you're making. This whole thing is an issue. And this naturalization, I wanted to start this communication first, this topic first. So somebody will be inspired with this. Okay, so like and subscribe, follow these channels, and check out my other channel. This is a very important topic. This has to be somehow it have to be regulated. And that's also affecting in dating too. You gotta be watch out who you're dating. Over.